Family secrets ignite. Lee, Poppy, and Luna spiral toward a breaking point. The world of the bold and the beautiful thrives on secrets, betrayals, and family ties stretch to their breaking point. But in a storyline that now threatens to tear apart two powerful families, the tension between Lee Finnegan, Poppy Nozawa, and Luna Nozawa has reached boiling point. One that will not only shake the Finnegan-Nozawa legacy, but also rewrite how every character in Los Angeles views loyalty, love, and survival. The latest revelations begin quietly. Poppy, long estranged from Lee, had begun to find her footing again, cautiously rebuilding a bridge with her daughter Luna after months of instability and chaos. But one late evening, she overhears a hushed conversation between Lee and Luna, words that freeze her in place. Luna is alive. Not just alive in body, but alive with the dangerous recklessness that had almost destroyed her life and reputation. Poppy's heart races as she realizes what Lee has been hiding. Luna's recent quiet rehabilitation wasn't an accident or a natural withdrawal from the spotlight. It was engineered, controlled, manipulated. Poppy storms into the room, demanding answers. Luna, caught between them, pleads for calm, but Lee refuses to soften her stance. Lee lays it bare. She believes Luna is spiraling again, making destructive choices, and that the only way to protect the family's name and prevent another public scandal is to intervene drastically. Poppy accuses Lee of being cold and domineering, of trying to turn Luna into a puppet for the sake of image rather than helping her heal. But Lee counters with chilling precision. If we don't control the narrative will control us. Do you want your daughter labeled unstable forever? Do you want her medical history dragged across every gossip rag in LA? Because that's where we're headed if we don't act now. And with that, Lee unveils her plan. She has already been reaching out to select members of the extended family and trusted associates. A family committee is being formed, a shadowy tribunal of sorts that will dictate Luna's next steps. Their ruling is clear. Luna must leave Los Angeles temporarily, retreating under the guise of studies abroad or special projects while the family quietly repairs her image behind the scenes. To Lee, this is mercy. To Poppy, it feels like exile. Luna, meanwhile, listens in horror. "You're treating me like a criminal," she cries. "Like I'm not even allowed to exist in my own city, with my own friends, with my own life." Lee's answer is cutting. You don't get to make those choices anymore. You lost that right when you lost control. The ultimatum is sharp. Either Luna complies with the family's decision, or Lee will make sure her medical history, every diagnosis, every prescription, every erratic episode finds its way into the public domain. Lee is ruthless. Her words slice through the room. Better to be known as the girl who went away quietly than the girl who self-destructed publicly. If you love her, Poppy, you'll see that this is the only way. Poppy's heart shatters at the crossroads she now faces. On one side is her instinct to protect her daughter at all costs, to shield her from the brutal world that would devour her alive if these secrets came to light. On the other side is the haunting truth. Every time she's protected Luna, every time she's hidden the truth, the cycle of chaos has only deepened. If she covers for her again, is she saving Luna or enabling her? The family committee convenes in hushed secrecy. Behind closed doors, names like Finn and other extended relatives are pulled into the fold, some reluctantly, others grimly resigned. Finn himself is torn. Though deeply loyal to Lee, he has seen too much darkness to believe suppression is the answer. He knows what secrets do. He knows how they fester. But he also knows how brutal the spotlight can be, and he struggles with the weight of choosing between the safety of silence and the necessity of truth. Luna, faced with the possibility of being forced out of Los Angeles, begs her mother to intervene. "Don't let her do this to me, Mom. Don't let her erase me." Poppy is torn to pieces. She stays up all night, staring at old photos of Luna as a child, remembering the innocence, the laughter, the times when her daughter's life was simple and bright. She thinks of her own past, their mistakes, her compromises, her regrets, and wonders if she is strong enough to stop history from repeating. And then comes the moment of decision. At the next gathering, When Lee formally presents the committee's conclusion and insists that Luna prepare to leave Los Angeles immediately, Poppy rises from her chair. Her voice shakes at first, but then grows firm. "No," she says. "You don't get to banish my daughter. You don't get to dictate her life. If you think burying her is protection, you're wrong. The only way she ever heals is if she faces the truth. All of it. And if that means the world finds out what she's been through, then so be it. I won't be part of your cover-up anymore." Gasps ripple through the room. Lee stares at her sister in shock. "Do you even realize what you're saying? You're condemning her to humiliation." "No," Poppy replies, tears in her eyes. "I'm giving her a chance at freedom, at honesty, at a life that isn't lived in fear of your control." Luna is stunned. For the first time, her mother is not protecting her with silence, but defending her with truth. Finn looks at Poppy with a mixture of admiration and dread, knowing the fallout this decision will bring. Lee, meanwhile, is livid, her carefully constructed plan unraveling in real time. She hisses a warning. "If you do this, if you expose everything, you destroy her. And you destroy us." But Poppy doesn't waver. "If we keep lying, we've already destroyed her." The room falls silent. The weight of Poppy's choice settles like a storm cloud over the Finnegan-Ozawa family. Luna, trembling, realizes her mother has just set a course that will forever change her life. No more hiding. No more cover-ups. No more protection from the raw consequences of her own actions. The final shock comes when Poppy looks directly at Lee and says, "You're not the savior of this family, Lee. You're its jailer. And I won't let you lock up my daughter anymore." For the first time in years, Lee is left speechless. As word spreads, the Forster-Spencer circle buzzes with anticipation and dread. The Finnegan-Ozawa family is about to implode under the weight of truth. Poppy's decisión protect her daughter not by hiding her but by exposing her will force every character to take sides. Finn, caught in the middle, will have to decide whether to stand with his mother's cold pragmatism or his aunt's raw honesty. Luna, thrust into the public eye with every skeleton in her closet at risk of exposure, must finally decide whether she will crumble or rise. And in Los Angeles, where secrets are currency and reputations are built on lies, one family's implosion will send shockwaves through every alliance, every romance, every rivalry. The Finnegan-Ozawa saga has entered a new chapter. And this time, there's no going back. Luna behind bars, a scandal, a pregnancy, and a shocking release that shakes Los Angeles. The aftermath of Poppy's defiance left Luna raw and exposed. With the truth no longer hidden under Lee's shadow, every rumor, every half-whisper about Luna's past behaviors turned into front-page headlines. The fragile trust she had been clinging to collapsed once more when new accusations emerged, at this time far more serious, far more public, and far less easy to deny. It began with a confrontation at a crowded industry gala. Luna had shown up uninvited, her presence already sparking murmurs. A heated exchange escalated between her and a former associate who accused her of blackmail, manipulation, and falsifying medical records. The confrontation was filmed on several phones, capturing Luna's temper in full force. Within days, investigators connected her name to questionable evidence that had surfaced months earlier: fabricated test results, threats against Will Spencer, and inconsistencies in her statements about the night she vanished. The final blow came when an anonymous source provided police with incriminating documents. Whether forged or real no longer mattered. The narrative had turned against Luna completely. Warrants were issued, handcuffs snapped shut, and in the flash of paparazzi cameras, Luna Ozawa was arrested. The spectacle rocked both the Finnegan and Ozawa families. Lee was vindicated in her warnings, cold but unshaken. She told Finn, "I told you this would happen." Poppy, meanwhile, was devastated. Her choice to let the truth breathe had freed Luna from secrecy, but now placed her directly into the suffocating grip of the law. Finn himself could hardly process it. "She's family," he murmured to Steffi, torn between his oath as a doctor and his duty as a son and nephew, a man surrounded by betrayal. Prison was not kind to Luna. The woman who once strutted down the halls of Forrester Creations in bold colors and perfect smiles now wore gray uniforms and kept her head down among hardened inmates. Yet even behind bars, Luna remained unpredictable. She wrote letters to Will Spencer, some apologetic, some manipulative, some unreadable in their tone. She sent cryptic messages to Poppy, begging her not to give up. And she stared down every visiting journalist with a coolness that suggested she wasn't broken merely waiting. Then came the twist that shattered the storyline again. During a routine medical examination in custody, Luna fainted. The prison nurse assumed stress, exhaustion, or dehydration, but blood work told a different story. Luna Nozawa was pregnant. The shockwave was immediate. Guards whispered. Officials scrambled. By law, pregnant inmates were entitled to different conditions, and in Luna's case, her attorneys seized the moment. They argued that not only was Luna's mental state compromised during the alleged crimes, but now her unborn child's welfare had to be prioritized. A campaign was launched to secure her release on humanitarian grounds. The judge, swayed by arguments of compassion and preservation of life, granted the motion. And just like that, Luna walked out of prison not vindicated, not acquitted, but free on the condition of her pregnancy. The questions began instantly. Who was the father? Will Spencer's name resurfaced in every headline, dragging him back into the maelstrom he had tried so desperately to escape. His denial was loud, his fury even louder, but whispers persisted. Was Luna carrying Spencer blood, or was someone else entangled in her web? Poppy's heart twisted between relief and dread. She had her daughter back, but at what cost? Lee's fury was unmatched. This isn't freedom, she spat. It's a ticking time bomb. Finn, meanwhile, was caught in the middle once again, torn between supporting his family and protecting his own household. Steffi's warnings grew sharper. You let her near us, Finn, and you'll lose everything. Luna herself seemed almost serene. No longer the frantic, cornered girl, she now carried herself with a new power, stroking her stomach with an eerie calm. To the press, she offered only one statement. This child changes everything. And maybe it did. Her release reignited old feuds, fractured fragile alliances, and left the city buzzing with one impossible question. Was Luna's pregnancy real salvation? Or just another deception woven into her dangerous game? For now, Los Angeles held its breath, waiting for the next chapter. Because if there's one constant in Luna Nozawa's story, it's this. Wherever she goes, destruction follows. And now she wasn't walking back into town alone. She carried the next generation of scandal within her.